Hey there guys, it's Cyber Ultra here, and today I want to talk about a potential Nintendo Direct that could be happening in June of this year. So, as we know, E3 has unfortunately been cancelled, so the event was kind of already dying out beforehand and it even skipped 2020, understandably, but it did come back in a digital format in 2021, and they have left the door wide open for it to potentially come back in 2023. So we don't know about the future of it, but all we do know is that this year, it's not happening, it's gone. So despite E3 being cancelled, E3 season is still in full effect. The summer is the time that companies like to reveal a lot of their games, and kind of the gaming industry has been based off of this cycle of things being revealed in the summer anyways, so companies still have their presentations. For example, we just recently had the PlayStation presentation, which revealed lots of stuff like Resident Evil 4 and Final Fantasy 16. Really exciting stuff. But another big question that has yet to be answered is, what will Nintendo be doing? So Nintendo always has Nintendo Directs during this time, and people have kind of asked the question, will it happen? Most people have come to the conclusion that there will be one, and in this video I want to go over the reasons why I also believe that there will definitely be a Nintendo Direct this month. So the first reason I want to bring up is how marketing plans are set way in advance. So a lot of these game reveals and planning that they have done isn't kind of just done on a whim. I feel like a lot of people have this impression that only a couple months beforehand they decide, okay, we're going to reveal this. Or I see lots of people bringing up the point that every time Nintendo has a controversy, they drop a trailer, even though obviously that's not even possible to do. You have that stuff planned way in advance, and E3 is the same thing. So regardless of whether or not E3 was cancelled recently, there was a very high chance that Nintendo was still planning for it earlier on. And if they had an idea that it wasn't going to happen, I'm sure they still were going to plan an E3 presentation anyways. And that kind of leads into my second reason, which is that Nintendo is due for an E3 presentation regardless. Some companies take E3 as an opportunity to reveal games that they might not have otherwise revealed because of all the eyes on the event, but Nintendo often does have titles that they need to reveal at this time just because they have upcoming titles that need marketing to happen soon, because generally compared to the rest of the industry, Nintendo tends to focus on revealing titles in the immediate future rather than long term, aside from a few exceptions like the sequel to Breath of the Wild or Bayonetta 3. Nintendo is a company that needs to reveal these upcoming titles. They have the whole summer and the whole holiday season filled up with games and releases that we know about, but not all of the details of, and they have yet to reveal all of those details, so it makes perfect sense for there to be a Nintendo Direct during this time. Another point I want to bring up is how there will also be content that hasn't been revealed yet. So Nintendo doesn't reveal every single piece of information at the start of the year during the first Direct. We did get tons of it, which gave us an idea of how the year would go, but again, there is definitely still unrevealed stuff from them and also their partners that has not been revealed and needs to be shown off, and kind of pushing it back just because E3 isn't happening wouldn't make sense, because ultimately we need to keep in mind that these are marketing presentations, and if they have content that needs marketing, they're going to hold a presentation. We often treat Nintendo Directs like this big spectacle, this big event, but ultimately when it comes down to it, it is just marketing, and if they have games coming soon that they want people to buy, they're going to be marketing that, so naturally there will be a Direct soon. And another point I wanted to bring up is that despite the fact that Nintendo generally focuses on the immediate future, they do reveal games a little bit in advance. They don't completely shy away from doing huge announcements way in advance. So if you think about it, more minor titles like for example Mario sports games get revealed pretty close to the release date, but their more major titles like Zelda games for example get revealed way earlier. And I'm sure that there are titles coming in 2023 that Nintendo does want to start the marketing for now, so that's more unrevealed content that they do need to show off. Now, I'm not saying that it's gonna 100% happen in June, but it would be very odd because of the reasons that I said earlier if there wasn't a Direct this month. The latest I can imagine a presentation happening is in July. Anything beyond that would be way too late in my opinion, especially because they also usually like to have a Nintendo Direct during September. They did this every year throughout the Switch era, even including 2020, in which they had a huge Mario 35th Anniversary Direct. As for my predictions for the Direct, I'll be saving those for another video because in this video, I just wanted to purely focus on whether or not there will be a Nintendo Direct in June and kind of giving my reasons for what I believe. Either way, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.